Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSL West Georgia. We'll be starting our service this morning with a meditation from Nelta.
It's so good to see everyone. And if you would please gently close your eyes and join me with this morning meditation. And just breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly, releasing all tension in your body. Feel it leave your body. Just taking those deep, cleansing breaths. Feel all the tension leave your body. Breathing in and letting go. Oneness with the divine that is. And just envision before you our steps leading down into this beautiful garden. Just take those steps. And with each step, you go deeper and deeper, just going down, letting go, allow. And now you step down into this beautiful garden with all these beautiful flowers, all colors, different shades of green. Make it your own. It's very beautiful, serene. Allow that beautiful energy to permeate every part of your body. You may see little animals running around. You can hear the birds. And see this beautiful waterfall. It's a very beautiful place to be, allowing spirit to just envelop every part of your being. And you may want to have a seat in that beautiful grass on a blanket or a cushion. Breathe in that beautiful energy. There's one extremely powerful force, and that force is love. It is love that keeps us grounded. Love ensures we're safe. Love cradles us and fills our heart with joy and happiness. Love created us and the entire universe. We are at one with all things and all creatures, great and small. Within us lies this immense power, a power beyond belief and or potential. We have to connect with this power that fuels us from within. When you're in this state, you are present in the moment and nothing else matters. Once you rekindle the love from within, your life will change forever. Just take a moment and sit with that knowing, that beautiful feeling that permeates every part of your body. And now, if you would, bring yourself back into your awareness. Knowing that you can go to this place anytime. And if you would, gently open your eyes. And so it is.
Beautiful, as always. Thank you. Thank you, Nelda. Now, if you would all stand and join with me, we're going to be reading our vision and mission statements. Our mission statement: CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. And our declaration of principles: I believe there is throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now and I rejoice in it. And so it is. And let's all welcome John Stringer.
Now, if you know the song, please sing along. Good to see everybody. As always, this is a welcome song. So we're going to shake off any tiredness, anything that distracts us, because we're home. Come on. There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me and you beyond what you may see now. We bring more about, no matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from. Yeah, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. And be who you are and let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. welcome here. You are welcome here. See with new eyes, allow and unfold. Embrace and let go. Trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love. Welcome to peace. Welcome to our community. And be who you are. Let your light shine. We're so much more when we light. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. And breathe in. Slowly feels around you. And all that you feel, and all that you know, let it go. Welcome to love. Welcome to peace. Welcome to our community. And be who you are. And let your light shine. We're so much more when we light. Yeah, yeah. When we unite. Oh, yeah, yeah. When we unite. Yeah, yeah. Oh, when we unite. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you are welcome here. Can you sing love is welcome here. Peace, peace. I am welcome here. Beautiful. Thank you. Good job.
Well, now, get you going, folks. More to come, y'all. Hooray. We're going to have our reading by our own fabulous one. Coming up. So she's, yeah. I'm going to read an excerpt on chapter 6 in the book. When man knows power, his desire to find an easy and quick way to impress the subconscious with good for simply an intellectual knowledge of the truth will not bring results.
In my own case, I found the easiest way is casting the burden on the Christ within. A metaphysician once explained it in this manner. He said, the only thing which gives anything weight in nature, the law of gravitation. And if a boulder could be taken high above the planet, there would be no weight in that boulder. And that is what Jesus Christ meant when he said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. He had overcome world vibration and function fourth dimensional realm. There is only perfection. He said, come to me, all ye that are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. We are also told in the 55th Psalm to cast thy burden upon the Lord. Many passages in the Bible state that the battle is God's, not man's, and man is always to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. This indicates the conscious mind, or the Christ conscious mind within, is the department which fights man's battles and relieves him of his burdens. We see, therefore, that man burden is an adverse thought or condition, and this thought is conscious. Seems away directing the subconscious from the conscious or reasoning mind. As the reasoning mind, the intellect, is limited in its conception and filled with doubts, filled with fears. How scientific it is to cast your burden upon the superconscious mind or the Christ within, where it is made light or dissolved into its native nothingness. For example, a woman in urgent need of money made light upon the Christ within, the superconscious, with this statement: I cast the burden of lack on the Christ within, and I go free to have plenty. Now, the belief in lack was her burden, and as she cast it upon the superconscious mind, with the belief of plenty, an avalanche of supply was her result. We read, the Christ in you, the hope of glory. For another example, one of my students had been given a new piano, and there was no room in her studio for it until she moved out the old one. She was in a state of perplexity. She wanted to keep the old piano, but she knew she had no place to send it. She became so desperate as she needed the new piano was being sent immediately. In fact, it was on its way with no place to be put. She said quickly, and she repeated it, I cast the burden on the Christ within so I can go free. I cast the burden on the Christ within so I can go free. A few moments later, her phone rang, and a woman friend asked if she might rent her old piano, and it was moved out in minutes as the new piano was arriving. I knew this woman who had resentment. She was resentment. She said, I had to cast the burden of resentment on the Christ within, and I go free to be loving and harmonious, happy. The superconscious mind. For years, resentment, torment, present in soul. This statement should be made over and over and over again, sometimes for hours at a time, silently or audibly, with quietness but determination. I often compare it as winding up a Victrola record player, for those who don't know. We must wind up ourselves with this spoken word. I notice in casting the burden, after a little while, one seems to see clearly. It is impossible to have clear vision while you're in the throes of doubt and fear. It poisons the mind and the disaster and all you steadily, repeating the affirmation, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. The vision begins to clear, and with a new feeling of relief, sooner or later comes the manifestation of good health, good happiness, amazing supply. So I ask you to cast your burdens on the Christ within so you can go free to be happy and harmonious.
Well, I now have the honor and the privilege of introducing our speaker and our fabulous human being. And we always, always, always cast our hopes and dreams on having John Stringer here. Every time, we wish it all the time. So please, everyone, please join in my introduction. Are you gonna do a little music beforehand? John's gonna do some music, and when he's done, I'm gonna give him background on him. So any of you who don't know, come John.
Let's cast our burdens together. How about that? So I don't know about you, but many a times when I do my practices and have this consistency and feeling good and feeling like I'm able to cast my burdens and feel that peace, every now and then something comes along and puts a speed bump in the process, right? And sometimes you're just like, man, I'm trying a lot of different things right now, and I sure could benefit from having something to take me even higher. Sometimes it gets tough, right? Realistically, sometimes it gets challenging. And I think those challenges are perfectly to us go deeper with those practices, help us go deeper with casting those burdens. So this song, I think we've done it here once before. I just love this as a chant. We're going to do this chant and we're going to cast our burdens together. That was the perfect reading to go into this. And let me see if I can do this at the same time. No, I can't. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. I was going to try to sustain and grab my pick. Didn't work. There we go. So let us cast our burdens. We're going to do a quick mini meditation. We had such a beautiful meditation already, a beautiful reading, and now a meditation in song. And we're going to use our own voices to cast those burdens, whatever they are, upon the Christ within. Would you forgive me for all of the ways that I've forgotten? Hey, that I've forgotten. You can sing that part. Would you forgive me for all of the ways that I've forgotten? Hey, that I've forgotten. Second part. Would you forgive me now? Hey, would you forgive me now? Hey, would you forgive me now? Hey, do that with please. Would you forgive me now? Hey, would you forgive me now? Hey, would you forgive me now? Now, think of a burden you're ready to let go. Whatever it is, whatever bothered you this week, bothered you before you came into these doors, we cast that burden upon the Christ within, and we imagine right now a light blazing in the center of this room, filling it up with power, transformative to take any burden and turn it into nothing but the essence of love and light, sending it back to the source it came from. We give thanks to the Christ within, knowing that He is our highest self, the highest expression of our timelines. And we say yes to being the extensions of that source, in part and in whole. One more time. Say, yes, I forgive. Yes, I forgive you for all of the ways that you've forgotten, that you've forgotten. Yes, I forgive you for all of the ways that you've forgotten. Yes, I forgive you now. Yes, I forgive you now, babe. Yes, I forgive you now, babe. Yes, I forgive you now. Maybe you need to say that to someone you love, someone you don't even know. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Or maybe yourself. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Hey, hey. Yes, I forgive you for all of the ways that you've forgotten, hey, that you've forgotten. Yes, I forgive you for all of the ways that you've forgotten, hey, that you've forgotten. Woo! Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Oh, yes, I forgive you now, hey. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. Yes, I forgive you now, hey. So everything that is seeking love, we give it freely. We give it wholly. We give it with grace to ourselves and to our neighbor as ourselves. Ashe, Aho. So it is.
John's going to stay right up here with me and listen to wonderful things about himself. Because everything is wonderful about John. Right, Kathy? Kathy's his wife, if you don't know, and she knows where all the bodies are buried.
That's right.
So let me tell you a little bit about John Stringer. He's a light Billboard charting singer, songwriter, healer, and an award-winning international best-selling author with a passion for music, community, and alignment with Source from moment to moment. He currently serves as a partner at Healing Arts Management and a host of the Alignment podcast. John speaks and performs around the world, supporting his Limitless Love and Light and Moment to Moment albums, along with his latest books, The Abundance Vibration, A Guide to Alignment, and the award-winning international bestseller, Inside Effects Volume 2. John is also featured as a new thought leader in the new TV series, Navigating the Clickety-Clack, How to Live a Peace-Filled Life in Seemingly Toxic World, alongside Joe Vitale and others. You can learn more about John's offerings, including his music, his books, the upcoming 2027 Sacred Peru, ho, 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 retreat. And I've been watching that online. My goodness, fabulous. This one, his one-on-one guidance sessions and of course his action courses, his Access Genius on Demand, also known as God, G-O-D, if you didn't catch that. It's a songwriting experience and it'll be held after service here today, which I am just delighted. I said, you know, Kathy says, well, you don't have to have any experience in music. Well, guess who doesn't? I can't even sing. Y'all know that. However, I appreciate John. So I'm going to be here and I think it's going to be absolutely fabulous fun. So please stay afterwards and join us at 1 o'clock, okay? Because John's going to do great fun things. Cynthia's been talking about it and I just think it's going to be fabulous. So please, everyone, stay afterwards and join us. And right now, please join us. And again, saying hello in gratitude to our own John Stringer.
Thank you, Vivian. Good to see all the familiar faces this morning. Good morning. I'm going to dive right in. There are times when we are called to wait. So the title of this is Lying in Wait, the double action of waiting. You may know this wonderful verse. They that wait upon the I am, I'm changing it up just a little bit. They that wait upon the I am shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like an eagle. They shall walk and not get weary. They shall run and not faint. That comes from Isaiah 40:31. So truly there's a time for action in the external. The key is knowing when to wait. That's an internal action that requires both discernment and trust. It's a double action of waiting in a way to surrender to the I am so that we move when we're told to move. We wait when we're told to wait, rather than leaning to our own understanding. So let's dive into the real world application of this wonderful double action and remember where our strengths come from together. So we know it's not uncommon to react to life's ups and downs. We have the knee-jerk reactions. We're all very accustomed to identifying and talking about the ways life can impact us, right? And the way we react, both from the subconscious conditioned patternings, the limited conditioned thinking, and from the empowered places when we use our practices. Like we know and have heard enough if we've been around these circles to know there is a difference. Not only a difference in the quality of what we experience externally once we attract things, but in the quality of our experience when things don't change on the outside. See, oftentimes we're hoping that our practices will manifest something different, and when it doesn't change, what happens? Kind of like, wait a minute, I've been practicing. What's going on? I thought this was supposed to be the Christ within transforming everything. What is going on? But the reality is sometimes we're being called to wait. They that wait shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like an eagle. When I think of that, I think of mounting up on higher levels of consciousness. Eagles are one of the biggest birds that fly high, right? And they see from a whole different perspective. They shall mount up on wings like an eagle. When we call to the I am, do we suddenly have a giant eagle come down and swoop us up? No. It's consciousness. Levels of consciousness. Every single one of us are able to access higher levels of consciousness that see whatever's happening through perfection. When we cast our burdens on the Christ consciousness, what happens? It's not that simply the burden is taken away. There's a transformation that replaces or allows something else to come through. What is that something else? Higher consciousness, higher frequencies, things that help us see what is from a new perspective. They shall mount up on wings like an eagle and see from a whole new perspective, right? That's the power of waiting, because our conditioned thinking will have us react. What does it mean to react? We're reacting out old traumas, reacting out old conditioning. We're reacting out the old human over and over again. The disempowered human that has been oppressed, abused, and hurt. And what's the old saying? Hurt people, right? That's the old human. We're being called to something new. They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Now, here's the catch. You didn't come here to be weak. You didn't come here to struggle, suffer, and question, and be in doubt and fear, and look at the world like, what in God's name is it coming to? See, that's the old human, the conditioned thinking, but they that wait on the I am shall renew their strength. What does it mean to renew your strength? When you were a baby, maybe you had a little bit of trauma, maybe a tiny bit when you came through, because you probably absorbed some of your mama's energy. You probably came through. If anybody's ever done those hypnotic or therapeutic regressions and gone back to your birth, it wasn't exactly like butterflies and unicorns, right? You were kind of like floating in there and seeing the cord and looking at things move, wondering what it was. But it wasn't as traumatic as our thinking is now. It was different. It was still fascinating and beautiful, right? And it's the amazing thing is you did not come here to look at the world with judgment and fear. When you first came, it was wonder. You'd feel things and sensations like even anger or panic from around you and those energies. You'd feel them and you'd be like, oh, what's that? You're exploring and acknowledging it and like, oh, that's different, right? It was an exploration and an adventure early on. What happened? We start developing resistance, judgment, separation. Everywhere is not God the good. We started separating everything and going into lower consciousness that doesn't see the perfection and the harmony, the yin and the yang's dance and balance. We didn't understand anymore. We forgot the law of polarity, that if there's this, there's that, and it's a balancing act. We no longer subscribe to the idea that everything was infinitely valuable and full of wonder. Our minds began to be conditioned into limitation and limits to our exploration, and love and acceptance begin to develop. But they that wait upon the I am shall renew their strength. What is our strength? Our strength is love, the greatest power there is. Our strength is to be able to let go of this conditioned thinking and no longer identify with the lower levels of consciousness. So yes, it's not uncommon to react to life situation and feel the urge to react when things seem unjust, unfair, unwarranted, and unwanted. In fact, as soon as something occurs that triggers strong, undesirable emotions, we often seek to express it one way or another. Whether stubbing our toe, or like I got this scar from hitting my head recently on the deck cutting the grass. In that moment, we seek to express it. Oh goodness. Something just pours out of us, right? And that's the PG version. But we find ourselves in situations often in life that can be frustrating. And we try over and over to solve them. And when we run into dead ends over and over again, repeatedly, and find ourselves stuck in that irritating loop, if you've ever found yourself in that, it can be a challenge. But as we mature in navigating these emotional roller coasters or drop-offs, as it were, we can often lose sight of our acceptance, of our strength, of the peace and the spiritual practices that help us remain mindful. And suddenly, we're in a state of complete resistance. Our egos want to immediately lash out and express disfavor. And we're so far removed from the peace, the love, the essence of who we are. My wife and daughter spoke to me this week. She comes over and spends the night every now and then still, thank goodness, our middle daughter. And they were telling me the difference just between young women and older women in the generations and how they deal with stress. And I thought it was so fascinating. And I'll tie it to the main message. But they helped me realize that younger women in our daughter Jolie's generation, they might vent with a friend, and a friend might listen and agree, right? In fact, she told us a story where her friend was venting and saying what she could call insane things. And she just go along, yeah, girl, yeah, that's right. Hey, when you ready, you just let me know, right? It's like, what? And then she said the next day, she talked to her friend was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what. It's like, yeah, girl, you were talking crazy, but that's okay. I'm here for you, right? And then my wife talked about how when she does it with her friends, as you mature, that venting happens and she's there. She'll listen, make space, and every now and then say, you might want to wait and not act on that emotion right now, and give a little advice to let's wait it out. They that wait, right? So she's acknowledging the need for cooler heads. But in both cases, later, that calm returns and you can think different. And I want to say that's the case for women. They often seek to be heard. And the key is to wait in both sharing advice, wait in both taking action, and allow the process to unfold, right? In fact, studies on emotional processing show that venting is a biological and social regulation tool for women. We know this. Most of you are women in here. And then the men have been fortunate to learn the hard way, right? When women share frustrations with trusted confidants, it can trigger the release of oxytocin, which counteracts cortisol, the stress hormone. And it regulates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. In other words, the body's primary stress response system. Isn't that amazing? Gentlemen, if you're just finding out, keep that in mind. Now, other research show that men are more socialized to suppress visible emotional displays, sometimes resulting in bottling up. Very common among men, right? Especially in the US, well, probably other places too. But however, when men do vent, it's they're more likely to express anger. That's more common. And that's what we usually see, right, in the masculine role. Otherwise, it's like, let's keep it down. So this is what I found interesting when exploring healing. It turns out we all have one thing in common. If we take the time to acknowledge our emotions, unpack them, and understand what causes the strong, unfavorable ones, we can actually learn to navigate them in a healthier way. But let's go one step further. Instead of reacting in anger, for example, as a man, what if I wait, take a breath, pause, and feel what I'm feeling, acknowledging it, and use a practice to center, to be present, to cast my burdens upon the Christ consciousness? What if I use a practice to wait upon the I am? I had an opportunity to do this with my son this week, and I'm going to give myself about a B-. But that B minus was way better than the F I used to get. Why? Because I've been practicing. I'm getting better, right? Now, I'll give you it's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, I'm going to tell you the story real quick. How much time I got, baby? So, okay, good. It is a funny story to me. It may not be a funny story to you, but it's funny to me, so I'm going to share just a little bit of it. So my friend had one of his friends over, and I come into the kitchen, and he's doing something. I'm like, son, don't do it that way. Do it this way. And he proceeds to do it the way he was doing it and mumbles something to me and just proceeds and moves on. And then a big mess happens. All of a sudden, the pain body erupted like a volcano within me. And the ego was roaring. I mean, like seeing red almost. I'm like, son, when I tell you to do something, you do not ignore me and proceed to do what you want to do. I'm almost shaking at this point. He's like, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I'm like, don't do that again. You almost got yourself in some serious trouble. And I'm trying to breathe and calm down. And the quality of my experience was horrible. Why? Because the quality of my thinking was ego-based. My thinking was, how dare you? My thinking was, I want to spank you right now. I don't spank my son, but I felt like spanking him right then, right? We give him consequences, but we don't do the physical thing because our guidance, the I am, said stop doing it. So we stopped. But boy, I almost reverted. That's how I was raised and conditioned. My mom used to have me go get the belt, the switch, and the clothes hanger, and not the skinny ones. Bring the thick one. That's how I was raised. We talked about the conditioning in the U.S., for example. It's no surprise to the African-American families. We call it getting a beating, right? That sounds so similar to days. Beat the slave to keep him in check. But it was normalized. That was just, oh, you disrespect what I just said, you're going to get a beating. That's how I was raised in my home. That beating kept you in check. My mom didn't play, right? So naturally, when the old me was trying to roar out, oh boy, I had to just calm myself down, and I got a B minus. I walked away. I'm like, all right, let me go sit down and align. But why do I say this? It's nothing wrong. There's no judgment on any of it. It is what it is. But what I hear that I am to do for our son as an extension of source is to release that conditioning, but it has to start within me, right? So I got that B minus, and I'm like, all right, that's better than normal back in the old days. So when we wait, we pause. We wait for a cooler inner state instead of reacting in old conditioning. And it's an internal action. So we can respond from a calmer state that is more harmonious, more aligned with what is best and highest for all concerned, rather than just acting out of the first knee-jerk reaction. We stop ourselves from low vibration and often unkind actions. But there's a second action. I'm gonna make this quick. The second action of waiting is allowing the inspiration for what is best and highest to emerge. It's one thing to surrender and stop ourselves and beckon upon and cast our burdens to the Christ. But if we don't wait and allow that inspiration to come, how do we know which way to go? See, the old me knew punishment, violence, fear to keep things in check. Once I cast that burden and call upon the Christ conscious, okay, now what I do? I'm not going to use that. What do I use? You got to have something to replace it. I'm not just going to let them run all over me, right? So what we end up receiving, we inquired and we listened and we waited and we received guidance on how to raise him differently. on how to use consequence, love, and kind but firm clarification and communication, right? Setting up boundaries. And it's worked really good. He's amazing. Now, I told you it was funny because I didn't tell you what the situation was. The situation, he had spilled some cereal. That's all it was about. Now, the ego might have turned that little tiny speed bump into a mountain, right? All it was some cereal, and he was just putting it in the trash. He had pulled it up to the counter, had it on the floor, and it was a short garbage can, and he was taking the cereal and trying to sweep it in. I'm like, no, son, lift it up. He mumbled something and just did it anyway, and it spilled all over the place. It was like, okay, is that really a big deal? He didn't listen to me. My little ego got hurt, right? That's why it was funny to me. So the reality is when we stop, there's the action of stopping when we wait, and there's the section action of allowing the inspiration to come. Road rage, such a great example. Oh, this person cut me off. Da, 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 da. Next thing you know, the danger you perceive, you're trying to create more danger, right? Often resulting in all kinds of things. The moral of the story is this. When we remember, I like to think of that old school stop, drop, and roll. Anybody remember the stop, drop, and roll? I always love acronyms, especially ones we're familiar with, because if we stop and drop into an internal state of alignment, we can roll with what is occurring instead of reacting. And we can remember our role as extensions of source, allowing the higher states of consciousness and expanded awareness to guide us. We can prevent reacting and respond with love, harmony, and patience. We can be examples of limitless love and light. And yes, it takes practice. That's what our daily practices each day are for. Whenever you choose to do them, they help us collectively cultivate that love and that light. The more we practice expanding our awareness, aligning, centering, and being present, the more we're able to do it moment to moment. My wife and I taught a course called Aligned Relationships Transformation Experience, where we challenge the enrolled students to practice every morning, aligning with the source and inquiring about what is best and highest for them to know, do, and be. The more you do that, the easier it becomes at any moment. Even during a conversation that's heated and stressful, you can be in your mind aligning with the source and inquiring and receiving guidance. With my son, what's best and highest? Had I aligned, what would have happened? Maybe I would have said something even different, but it would have been beautiful. I can tell you that. So let's break it down and close out with this. When we practice aligning with the source of life, expanding our awareness, or casting our burdens upon the Christ consciousness, and we center and let go of the conditioned, limited thinking, our blocks, our trauma-informed reactions, and we use that prefrontal cortex to access higher consciousness. That practice leads to what? Mastery. We wait on the great I am, the Adonai, aka the Lord, to guide us through its great and Holy Spirit on what is best. That always leads to a place of harmony, insight, and inspired action instead of reaction. It leads us to informed harmony instead of desperate, trauma-informed hurt. So the double action of waiting is the impact is not only preventing you from reacting to the stress, but also allows you to make space for higher consciousness, a higher quality of thinking, and inspired action to unfold. And that is what the world needs from you. See, the world has plenty of examples of the old human, those consumed by wounds, lashing out in times of stress, victim consciousness, lack, not enough, this, that, and the other, uncaring, unkind, and even cruel actions, seeking to make others hurt due to offenses. The world has plenty of examples in history with those who judge, point the finger, and look down on others or think they are somehow better than those who hold views they disagree with. The world has plenty of examples of the old human who responds from fight or flight, not taking responsibility for their emotional and internal states of being, but blaming others. However, what the world needs most is your example of the new human, your example of emotional responsibility, self-healing, practice aligning with the source of life from moment to moment. The world needs most your example of listening to the I am to guide you, of casting your burdens upon the Christ. They that wait upon the I am shall renew their strength. They shall mount up on wings like an eagle. They shall walk and not get weary. They shall run and not faint. What the world needs most is your example of limitless love and light, your example of the new human. Namaste. And with that, I got to go into the song, The New Human, coming out soon. And it is one from co-writing with our dear Rachel Lynn Sebastian, if she's watching or will see this, sending her love and light and gratitude as she prepares for the transition in her hospice journey. Dedicating this to her, her family, and to each of you. We're going to tune up just so it sounds good. There we go. Oh, yeah. If you ever find me lost again, wandering outside instead, remind me to find my way back within, 'cause I'm ready to give in. I share, I'm in, I hold. Just let this freedom grow from your heart and nose. It's that universal life flowing deep in your heart from the beginning and the end. Now I've been living in a fantasy where I forgot I'm you and I forgot you're me. But now I'm realizing that it's time to be something so much more. Oh, never again separation, never again devaluation, misinterpretation, idealization. We're making a way for soul and body integration. 'Cause I'm a new human. I finally see what it means to be, yes, a new human, and I honor everything. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, yeah, and I honor everything. So clap your hands when you're sold to life. Look around in your family's eyes. We're all in this together, right? And we could bring it to the floor tonight. I said we're all here to remember love, to give and receive from the essence of knowing that we are all enough to be the visions for our lives. 'Cause I'm a new human. I finally see what it means to be, yes, a new human, and I honor everything. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, yeah, and I honor everything. We are the ones, the wait is done, and we give thanks for everyone Nobody left behind, we're one in our illuminating bodies, realizing we're divine cause we're the new humans. I finally see what it means to be, yes, the new humans. And we honor everything, cause I'm a new human. Oh, yes, we finally see what it means to be, yes, a new humans. And we honor everything. Yes, we honor everything. All right. Yes, we honor everything. Yes, we honor everything. Thank you. Thank you.
How in the world do I follow that? Thank you, John. Oh, it was fast always, as always. And it's so fun to know that even John can get angry at his child.
God, I thought he was burning the house down or something. It was serious.
I think every parent that's in here has gone through this at one time or another. Even when they get grown, John, he's not even quite grown yet. Wait until they get to be, he's getting older. Oh, thank you so much. And what I appreciate too is John is very candid and honest and open and talks about things that are every day that we all go through. And I think, you talk about this very, very conscious of himself. And I think that's the biggie that we all need to learn. Thank you, John. We appreciate that. And speaking of consciousness, now it's time for conscious giving. Okay. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It's the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in your bulletin. You can donate online by accessing your personal Breeze account using the Breeze mobile app on your telephone. You can also donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. If you donate online, either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contribution. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from the usher. Now, as one consciousness for prosperity, let us pray together. Freely I give with abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Thank you. Victoria is going to help me this morning sing our offering song that I wrote, by the way, just for us. Just for us right here. Are you going to sing that today? Okay. Victoria is going to be my replacement in a few years, so we're getting her ready. Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Your turn. Freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Thank you, Victoria. Isn't she beautiful today?
For
I
a
love that
moment, I
dress.
thought we were at the Met Gala in New York City. Look at this girl. My goodness, more beautiful every day in every way, too, by the way. She takes after her mama. We know that.
Take after her mama.
She does. And now, together, we say, I'm grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. Now we come to the fun part, as if John weren't enough fun. Next week, we're going to have Reverend Colette as our speaker, and we all know we love her and we love. I will be on vacation next week. We have company coming, and so I have asked, and we hope that one of our newest members will be taking over my spot up here. So please thank her in advance because this is a biggie, okay? She's coming from teaching her class over here. She's going to run in here and start the whole process. So please, everyone, thank Kathy Willis.
Okay.
And news for July, the end of July, Mikhail will be back. He'll be here on the last
Yay.
Sunday. He'll be speaking, and we'll be doing another one of his fabulous, fabulous workshops. We talked the other day, and at this point, we believe we're going to, not we, certainly I'm not part of that. He is going to be doing an abundance and prosperity workshop. And coming from Mikhail, we know it will be abundant in every way. So we're excited about that.
Yes.
So put that on your calendar now. It's the last Sunday in July. Okay. And I hope by now, John is going to be with us this afternoon. He's going to be doing this run workshop that I'm going to learn a lot about, I'm sure. Okay. And it is a love offering from this morning. If you all know that John is here out of the kindness of his heart to come and do service with us. So we have a love offering basket over here on the table. So please take advantage of that. And but this afternoon's class, if that's what it's an event. That's what it is. It's a fun event. It's $, and you can do it with Kathy. We can do cash. You can do it on Zelle, Venmo. So see Kathy. Whatever it is, it's going to be done in love and in light and in great fun. So this is going to be fun for us all to participate in and see what we come up with, because John's going to do a song, and it's going to be our song.
Yes.
It's going to be CSL West Georgia's own song, y'all. So everybody participate. It'll be so much fun. Just start thinking about what it is, words, whatever it is that you come up with. I've been thinking about it. Yes, I tell you, John was just pointing at you. Come up with something. I've been thinking about what I want to say, but then I think, well, just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Whatever.
Well,
spirit
I did this
through me,
experience with John in Jamaica.
Yes,
with John and
yes.
Kathy.
It's
And
sim-
it's easy and it's fun. You just say whatever's that comes to you, and something will come to you. And John, with his magic, will put it to music. It's just a lot of fun. And if you've never written a song, today's the day. We're all going to write a song. And John makes sure that we all get credit with BMI for our songwriting contributions.
Great. Also, you've all kind of caught up with news from Dorothea about our night book club. It's up here, and she gave you a little taste from the book, y'all. And so that should give you some idea of what the wonderful, wonderful book club that we do on Thursday nights with Dorothea leading it. There's several people who come. So come at 7:30. And of course, there's always little snackies. Everybody, you know us. We do like to eat around here.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to eat right after the
We're
service.
going to eat in between from service until 1 o'clock when John gets started. So we have little munchies for everybody. So please join us there. I don't see any new faces today. No new faces. Oh, wait. I can't see. We have a new face. Yay!
What's your name? Hi, Dan.
Well, how did you find us, Dan? Okay. Well, okay. Yay! Well, I'm delighted you came. And there's Ronnie's going to give you a packet, take you some ideas of what we're about, which you already have some ideas. But we're CSL West Georgia. We're our own selves, and so we are delighted to have you. And we're all here to speak to you. Any questions you might have, anything at all, please, come and chat with us. Okay. And again, welcome. Thank you for coming. All righty, everybody. Now, you all know we're on everything. We're on every social service that there is. So please check us out. And let me tell you, I tell you all, when you go home, go to Facebook. We're on there. Marcia, sure that we're there. You can watch the service again. John always has something fabulous to talk about. And sometimes you get caught up with things and you don't maybe hear it all or connect with it. It gives you the opportunity to watch him, put him on pause, make your notes, pick it up off pause, and watch some more so that you get the whole feel of what John was telling us today. Okay. So it's thank goodness that we are on social media, and thank goodness for Facebook. This is one place I think Facebook's great. So, and John's everywhere else too. So please, you can tune in and ask John all the things he's on if you want to tune in further. If you want to go to Peru with them, come on down, y'all. Okay. I saw that. Yeah. Oh, thrown on her website, and Pichu Pichu right now. Yeah, you remember? Cerise has been here and has done service for us. So
Great.
They are going to have a fabulous trip. I know. So even if you want to go to Peru, this is your chance. So
with some really fun people.
Yes, oh my goodness, yes. A very spiritually alive, fabulous thing. So much different than going with a tour guide. I mean, isn't it a little different? A tour guide versus John and Kathy Stringer. Woohoo!
And Cherise.
So with all that said, y'all.
I got an announcement.
Oh, we have an announcement.
It's a request, actually. Tomorrow, my beloved Sam will be going to Auburn University Vet. He's going to have his ears worked on. He has some really bad ear infections. I think it's a Cocker Spaniel thing. So please remember Sam in your prayers. He'll have one ear done Tuesday and one ear done Wednesday.
Oh, goodness, our little boy. Well, he's our little mascot. He is a member of our community, so we will certainly do that. Yes, we're going to pray for you, Sammy.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Let's stand. We'll do our closing affirmation together. Oh, my goodness, it's right. And guess what? It's Marcia's birthday. Look, here's our June birthdays up here. We have Patricia Glenn Miller. We have Ken Reed. We have Marcia Moore. We have Nathaniel Hunter. And we have Reverend Bronte. So this is a big month. Yay! Happy birthday.
I'm wrong key. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, and Doug. Birthday, dear Ronnie. Happy birthday to you.
It's also Doug's birthday.
All these
Happy
Geminis.
birthday, everyone. Now we're going to go ahead and stand and do our, we can't. the problem here, we want to do prayer requests, but we have no prayer request cards right now. So we're not able to fill out the, Well, yes, you're right. If you want to fill out a piece of paper, heaven forbid, fill it out and put it in that box, y'all, because we've got Shauna Kay, we've got Dorothea, and ta-da-da-ta-da, we have Kathy Wheelis. She's
Yes.
licensed prayer practitioner, so we are full of people that take care of you.
right.
So please go ahead and fill out a piece of paper and put it in the box. It doesn't matter. Just tell them what you want, and they will certainly take care of you. So just because we don't have prayer cards doesn't mean you can't pray. So I don't know anybody who writes out. I do prayers in my head. I don't write them out on a piece of paper, but we need to know. So thank you, Marsha, for making sure I did that. All righty, everyone. Ta-da! Closing affirmation together. And when we're finished, we're all going to circle together, hold hands, and sing our community song, the peace song, and then we're going to have a bite to eat. And then, yay, we get to go into a fun experience this afternoon with John.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us, comes to us. So it is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With Spirit as our Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in harmony. Yeah, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song about. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.